Mark Twain once said that if the first thing you do every morning is to eat a live frog, you can go through the day with the satisfaction of knowing that that is probably the worst thing that will happen to you all day long. That's the hook that Brian Tracy used in his best-selling book, Eat That Frog. And in this video, I want to explain the principle behind it and why it works. In fact, like so many quotations that are attributed to Mark Twain, there's no evidence that he actually said that. The internet tells me that the principle actually tracks back to the 1790s and to France. Nicolas Chamfort credited the idea to the Marquis de Lassay, although what Lassay talked about wasn't a frog at all, it was a toad. Lassay told us that we should swallow a toad every morning in order to fortify ourselves against the disgust of the rest of the day. It seems to me that what Lassay was thinking about was more about the politics of the time than practical time management advice. Yet good practical time management advice it is. It's great advice for managing procrastination. What they're telling us, Lassay, Twain maybe, and certainly Tracy, is that if you do the most difficult thing at the start of the day, everything else will seem easier. But why would you be able to do the most difficult thing at the start of the day? Well, the answer is because the fresher you are feeling, then the stronger your willpower. As you go through the day, your willpower will diminish and you become less and less likely to do that difficult, challenging, unpleasant thing. And of course, once you've freed yourself from the tyranny of the toad or the frog, and it's no longer looming over you, you feel invigorated by your achievement and ready to tackle anything. And everything else that you have on your plate now seems easier to do, or, as in Lassay's words, less disgusting. In 2001, Brian Tracy built a whole book around this simple idea, in which he gives us a number of principles for eating frogs. My take on this is a 6-step process, and step 1 is to identify all the things that you might want to do. Step 2 is to find the most difficult, the most challenging, the most unpleasant, the one for which you feel the greatest level of friction, and start your day by eating that frog. But what if there are 2 frogs on your list? Well, it's obvious. Tracy tells us we should start by eating the biggest and ugliest. Why? Because Tracy's 4th principle is that the longer you look at the frog, the uglier it gets. So principle 5 is that we should tuck in and get to work eating the frog steadily, relentlessly, until your plate is empty. And the 6th of Tracy's principles is that we should build a habit. We should become addicted to eating a frog every morning. That way we are used to doing the toughest, hardest thing first, and therefore leaving our day clear for the things that we find easiest. And also feeling that sense of empowerment at having achieved something worthwhile and substantial before we move on to the next thing. Like all the best ideas in time management and personal productivity, Brian Tracy's Eat That Frog is crushingly simple and therefore phenomenally powerful. Build it into your toolkit of time management tools and you will not regret it. Get into the habit of doing something substantial and important at the start of the day and you will be more productive. Please do give us a thumbs up if you like this video. There'll be loads more great management courses content to come, so please subscribe to our channel and hit the bell. so you don't miss any of it. I'll look forward to seeing you in the next video, and in the meantime, keep learning.